Another Brick fan with the 2023 Advent calendars. This is day 10. Let's start off with yesterday's builds, or the day 9 builds, and as you can see we had 3 minifigures yesterday. So let's start with Star Wars, which is the STAP speeder, this kind of the stand-up speeder that is used primarily in the Clone Wars. We have Hermione Granger in this nice red cap and brown jacket. Then we have Captain America, or Steve Rogers, there with his shield. And then from City, we end up with this caroler who is wearing a very nice black dress and jacket and carrying a candle. Let's go ahead and open up the day 10 builds. Here we have Star Wars. We're looking for day 10, which is right up here in the corner. And it looks like we have a vehicle. This might be the alien turbo, or the droid turbo tank. Again, I'll get the exact name of this vehicle for you. There is the little tank build. Let's move on to our next Advent calendar. Here is the Harry Potter Advent calendar. We're looking at day number 10 up here in the upper left. And it looks like we have a tree. Here we have our small snowy tree build with a star on top. So I don't know if it's necessarily a Christmas tree, but definitely a good representation. It's hard to put a lot of decoration on these with this very small build. So there's our day 10 build for Harry Potter. Let's move on to our next Advent calendar. Here we have our Marvel Advent calendar. We're on day 10, which is up over here in the upper left. And it looks like it's a jetpack. I believe on the front of the box we saw Captain America flying around with his jetpack. So like some of the other accessories that come with this, these are meant to be used together with other figures. So as you can see, it's a nice jetpack piece with this curved piece with the hole in it, so it could be worn by one of the characters that doesn't fly on their own, like Captain America, for example. Let's move on to our last Advent calendar. This is the City Advent calendar. We are on day number 10, up here in the upper left-hand corner. And it looks like we have a fireplace. There's our little glowing fireplace. Goes maybe in one of these little rooms over here, so we can have a nice cozy environment to come inside from. Let's take one final look at our builds for today. Here are our finished day 10 builds, starting with this rolling tank. I think this is called the Hailfire Assault Tank, or the Hailfire Tank. So it has the big rolling wheels and then the missile launchers here on the side, maybe a blaster up front. I think this one turned out really good in this micro scale and looks really nice. So good job on this particular vehicle from the Star Wars universe. From Harry Potter, we got this nice white tree with a star on top. So I like how they alternated the sand green and darker green cheese wedges down here on the bottom to give it that little branch shaping, and then the snow-covered tree or boughs there. From the Marvel set, we end up with this little jetpack build. Obviously, it's got this big backpack type piece, so it can be connected to a minifigure. Presumably one of the ones that can't fly, I would say. So Captain America, it does show Captain America in this jetpack on the cover of the box. And then in our city set, we got this nice little fireplace build. So you have a yellow, trans yellow, and some trans orange here to represent the flames, and then a little chimney with some of these masonry bricks to give it a little texture on the sides. So a nice little decorative item to go with our city advent calendar. So there are our builds for day 10. Be sure to come back tomorrow for day 11. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to see all of this year's advent calendar builds.